You're probably screening paralegals and case managers on certifications and experience, but there's a single behavioral signal that predicts real job performance far better than anything on a resume, and most firms never surface it in an interview. It's whether they're asking clarifying questions. The people who ask, "What does done look like?" outperform the people who nod and guess by a huge margin. Let's talk about how to find that signal and why it changes everything about how you hire. I'm Daisy Lopez, a growth specialist here at Legal Staff Now. We've placed and overseen vetted virtual legal staff at more than 500 law firms. We're an Inc. 5,000 fastest growing company, and our work's been featured in Bloomberg Law. We staff and oversee vetted virtual legal teams inside firms every day. So we watch new hire performance against hiring decisions constantly. Most interview processes hunt for the same things: relevant paralegal certification, years of case management experience, a good personality fit. So far, that's standard. Whether they ask clarifying questions, not likability, not credentials, curiosity about task clarity. Do they ask, "What's the actual deliverable?" Do they say, "Who's the final reviewer on this?" That signal is the strongest predictor of real performance we see across the board. A paralegal who nods and infers what you meant will rework the task, miss details, and slow the whole firm down. A paralegal who asks clarifying questions upfront gets it right the first time. People who ask clarifying questions early show 3 to 4 times better retention than those who don't ask. They stay longer because they're not drowning in rework. 50% fewer rework cycles. And they hit full productivity about 35% faster. Your interview is built to assess likability and cultural fit. Those things matter, sure, but you're not systematically inviting candidates to ask questions about the actual work. Firms that explicitly redesigned their interview process to invite clarifying questions and then track new hire performance against that behavioral signal saw a 40% improvement in hire success rate. 40%. That's not small. 60% reduction in 90-day failures. People who ask good questions don't wash out at 90 days because they understood the role from day one. If you hire for curiosity, not just confidence, what shifts? You start selecting people who don't guess, who own the clarity up front, and your whole operation gets smoother. Stop running through a standard set of questions and listening for the right answer. Instead, give candidates a real scenario, a recent task from your firm, something your paralegals actually do, and watch what they ask. Say, "Walk me through what you'd need to know to nail this. What are you going to ask the attorney? Who's checking your work? What's the timeline?" Then listen. A candidate who asks 4 or 5 specific clarifying questions is showing you something, that they own the work, not just follow instructions. Candidate A nods and says, "I'd figure it out." Candidate B asks 6 specific questions about scope, timeline, and who reviews it. Candidate B is your hire every time. Once you start hiring for this signal, measure it. At week 1, week 2, week 4, ask your hiring manager, is this person asking clarifying questions? Are they writing things down? Do they own task clarity? Track it informally for the first few hires so you see the correlation yourself. The hires who asked good questions in the interview keep asking them on the job. They have fewer false starts. They ship better work. The pattern becomes obvious. When someone asks a clarifying question in their first week, that's a good sign. Treat it that way. Say, "Exactly. That's how we stay sharp." If a candidate nods without asking, that's a signal to watch them closer in week 1. You start interviewing for curiosity and task clarity thinking, not just experience and personality. Your new paralegals ask better questions. Your case managers own their deliverables. Your attorneys spend less time managing by exception and rework. Your paralegals feel more confident because they actually understand what done looks like. Your firm moves faster because people got clarity up front, not after the mistake. Some candidates will ask clarifying questions because they're smart and they prepared. But the real signal is consistency. They ask them in every scenario, not just when prompted. This signal predicts success for paralegals, case managers, intake specialists, and legal assistance. The people who own task clarity outperform across the board. Your next interview, don't ask, tell me about your case management experience. Give a real scenario and say, what would you need to nail this? Then sit back and listen to what they ask. You'll start seeing who owns clarity and who waits for instructions. Within a few hires, your retention goes up, rework drops, and your team ships better work because they got hired for the one thing that actually predicts success. The strongest performers aren't the most confident ones. They're the ones who ask clarifying questions and own task clarity from day one. When you redesign your interview to surface that signal and track it, you build a team that ships better work and stays longer. That's what great hiring looks like. If you want a team of paralegals and case managers who own task clarity and who ask the questions that matter up front, we can help. Book a call with our team and we can get you candidates ready to excel in as little as 3 days. Talk soon.